Hi, this is Tracy with the Limelight Pet Project, and today we are at Paws Cat City in Seattle with Bree. And who do we have for adoption here today? We've got quite the crew today.
Yeah, so we've got 18 little kittens today. The two in particular on our laps are little Blue, a little boy, and little Mr. Eyebrows, another little boy here. And these guys are about 2 months old.
Yeah, I don't think I have ever sat in a room before with 18 kittens, and it is just as wonderful and chaotic as you think it might be. So little Mr. Eyebrows here, he's going to try to nurse on my neck. He's quite the love, so I might need to disengage him if he gets a little bit too enthusiastic. So right now we're seeing a lot of kittens. In addition to it being kitten season, there's also kind of a backup with people being able to get cats spayed and neutered. With all of the COVID precautions, a lot of veterinary clinics had to either shut down for a little bit or scale back. And now, to keep veterinary staff safe, a lot of clinics are also limiting the number of patients that can come in per day. And we're seeing a lot of kittens also. So the reason that we wanted to focus today on kittens, even though typically they're so highly adoptable, it's because there are just so many of them right now looking for loving homes. What would you say to somebody that's considering adopting a kitten from Paws Cat City, maybe somebody that hasn't had a kitten before?
Yeah, so my biggest recommendation for anybody looking for a young kitten is to consider a pair. While we don't require them to go in pairs, there are a lot of great pros that actually make having a pair sometimes even easier than having a singlet in the home. And the biggest reasons for that is because they learn so much by engaging one another, by, playing rough and learning where to kind of limit those, boundaries. They teach each other to be well-behaved kitties.
Yeah.
As opposed to playing a little too rough, and things like that. And we also offer a pretty generous discount if you adopt a pair.
Yeah, and considering everything that goes into a rescue animal, from vaccines to all of the testing to spay and neuter, it's actually a really great deal. It's $150 for one kitten, and only
$230 for a pair.
Yeah,
yes,
that's a great deal. So, what's your favorite thing about all of these 18 2 to 3 month old kittens?
Oh my goodness. It's hard to pick just one thing, especially when each of them have such little unique personalities. I love kind of seeing, how they interact with one another. I love how, active and playful they are. If you're really looking for somebody to, be playing, 20, 30-minute wand sessions every couple hours, chasing them around the house or playing with toys and plushies, these guys are definitely going to be your active companions.
Oh, Gracie.
Hi, sweet girl.
Yeah, and Gracie, I love it. She's just a little bit spicy, but she holds her own with all of these other kitties. Most of these are boy kitties, and a lot of them are pretty feisty. So I love that she definitely lets it be known what she's thinking.
Absolutely.
And then this little guy has kind of won me over. He's a needy tuxedo. That's kind of exactly in my
super sweet.
In my kitty type. And then Bookcase here.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, he's like curling up with a good book.
I know. He is just a lovely little well-rounded boy. Has that great little mix of playful and cuddly. Hi, bud.
So at this age, what would be some of their favorite things to do?
Yeah, so playing is absolutely going to be that number one thing for any little young kitten. Playing with interactive wand toys, with laser pointers, interactive food puzzles, or things like that to kind of stimulate the mind and kind of keep them engaged. The more that you can kind of have them work for their food, for their play, or whatever you'd like to kind of encourage or reinforce in their behaviors. Starting young is really going to be a great way for them to, learn all of those things really well and get those reinforced for them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and for anybody that might be thinking 2 kittens is more work than 1, it's definitely not the case.
yes, I often see that, people adopt a single kitty and then come back like, oh my gosh, I need a second one for my first kitty because he's driving me crazy.
Yep.
And you bring home that second one and it just kind of takes the edge off for that first guy, and they can kind of, they can play with each other in ways they can't engage with us.
Oh, buddy. And with being so young and they've already been vetted and spayed and neutered, none of these kittens have any behavioral or health issues that a potential adopter should have to worry about.
Nope, no behavioral or medical issues for any of these guys. A lot of them will be too young yet for their rabies vaccines, so they'll need those as they get a little older. But they've had all the boosters and vaccines that they can have at this age.
Wonderful. So if somebody sees these magical, gorgeous little babies and thinks, I would love to have some kitten magic in my life, how do they reach out to Paws Cat City?
Yeah, so at the moment, we're posting all of our available kitties on our website, which is paws.org. And if you find somebody on there that you're really interested in meeting, coming by as close to our opening or as soon as you're able will usually give you that best chance to be able to meet with a specific kitty. But we've got 18 kittens today, so even if you don't quite if you come back and you don't find the exact one you were looking for, there may be another kitten that you can fall in love with.
Wonderful. Well, here's to hoping somebody sees these kittens and thinks, I definitely need to have a Mr. Eyebrows in my life.
Oh, little
Thank you so much, Bree. This has been a wonderful way to spend a morning. And this is Tracy with the Limelight Pet Project. And we shine the light on harder to adopt animals because their stories are worth telling.